Reggie, I just sold my car online.
Let's go, Grandpa. Wait, you did?
Yep, on Carvana. Just put in the license plate, answered a few questions, got an offer in minutes. Easier than setting up that new digital picture frame.
You don't say.
Yeah, they're even picking it up tomorrow. Talk about fast.
Wow, way to go. So, about that picture frame.
Forget about it. Until Carvana makes one, I'm not interested.
Car selling made easy. On
Carvana.
pickup fees may apply.
It's a Minimalist Monday edition of Optimal Living Daily, the one habit that keeps 99% of people from getting rich, by James Altucher of jamesaltucher.com. And I'm your narrator, Justin Malik, reading you articles every day of the year. So with that, let's get right to it as we optimize your life. The one habit that keeps 99% of people from getting rich, by James Altucher of jamesaltucher.com. I said yes to speak at a conference a few months ago, and then I ghosted them. I didn't show up. I didn't tell them I wasn't going to show up. I thought I wanted to go, but what I really wanted was to be asked. I wrote to them at first, "How come you aren't asking me this year? I'll speak about whatever you want." So the main guy wrote back, "Great, we thought you didn't want to come. Be the keynote speaker, speak about whatever you want." And I wrote back, "Yes, thank you." As it got closer, I regretted saying yes, but I was afraid to tell them. I didn't know what to do. They kept writing me and I didn't write back. Tomorrow, I kept telling myself, tomorrow I'll figure it out. And then I just didn't show up. I have no idea what they did when their keynote speaker without any notice didn't show up. I was afraid to say no, to disappoint. I'm the author of the Wall Street Journal bestseller, The Power of No. Buy it for all your friends. I'm a horrible human being. I was a freshman in college and going into my dorm when some guy I didn't know yelled out his window, "I just had..." I thought he was a jerk, because he was a jerk, but also because I was jealous of him. I had yet to kiss a girl and I was 18 and in college. It was wintry and snowy and cold and I was only angry at everyone. I was lonely, I had few friends, no girlfriend, and I missed my family. I wanted to go home and I was practically failing all of my classes. Years later, I was a computer science major at my first job. I even had to take remedial courses in computer science, although I had been an all-A student at CS and even went to graduate school for it, because college had taught me no real-world skills. I wish I had said no to college. I said no to speak at a conference the other day. N-O. This is a big deal for me, because I wanted to be asked to speak at the conference. I wanted it. Some part of me was egotistical enough to think, I better be asked to speak at this conference. And they did. The conference is in March. I had spoken there in prior years. Why weren't they asking me back? But they did, and I was happy. They asked me. They chose me. My ideal day is sitting at home, reading, writing, a few phone calls with friends who are often business colleagues, writing my ideas down, and maybe performing comedy so I can improve. Or maybe playing chess or cards so I can improve, playing in a poker game with President Clinton next week. Or maybe watching a funny TV show. I just saw a video which said poor people don't watch TV. F you. I watch TV and love it. I encouraged my kids to watch TV when they were little. Why not be exposed to 30,000 stories so you can learn from them and have safe ways to experience high-stakes situations without having to live them? So after I was asked to speak at this conference, I had a problem. I don't want to ghost conferences anymore like I did with my friends earlier. I don't want to do that anymore. So I should never have wanted to be asked in the first place. But they asked, and at first I said yes, and then the next day I said no. Okay, they said, and we all moved on. The ultimate cheating sheet for saying no. And by the way, I wrote the world-famous Wall Street Journal and USA Today bestseller, The Power of No, because I'm supposed to be such an expert on no. This is such a crock of BS. I am the worst at saying no. How did I get that book deal? The publisher called me and said, "We will let you write any book you want." So as a joke, I said, "I'll write The Power of Now, a bestseller by Eckhart Tolle, but without the W." Yes, they said. So I went on a journey. How to say no. Don't read the book. Now I'm a little better, and being a little better goes a long way. The 3-step guide for saying no. Intro. When you can check these 3 boxes, you'll be able to say no, knowing you are really saying yes to other opportunities in life. You are saying yes to yourself. Yes to the sacredness of a single day on this earth we are lucky enough to live on. And yes to opportunities you didn't know existed until you said no to the things that will waste you away. Rich people use money to buy time. You buy time with no to the opportunities that will cost you. This is how you say yes to the opportunities that will make you rich, successful, content, and satiated. Say yes to all three of these, else the answer is no. Number 1, connection. Does saying yes add to your connections with people you love and want to support and who love and support you? It's easy to rationalize this as a yes. I love the friend who asked me to speak, for instance, but she would survive without me. And I'd make new friends, I'm sure. But it's maybe one conference in 100 where I actually made a new friend. It would add business connections. But from experience, I know my best business connections are the ones I meet at home. And in the time it takes me to prepare, travel to a new place, I can be working on my already strong connections here. The best new connections are your old connections. Number 2, mastery. Does saying yes improve me at a skill? I love getting new skills. I love getting better at skills I love. For instance, perhaps 15 years ago, agreeing to speak would allow me to improve my public speaking skills. Now I know I can practice these skills close to home, so I don't need to travel for it. Heck, I've even tried public speaking on the New York City subway in the worst possible conditions just to improve. I'd rather do that than travel 2,000 miles to speak for 45 minutes. And number 3, freedom. Will speaking at this conference allow me to increase the number of decisions I make for myself each day instead of someone else making for me? This will rarely be the case unless I'm making a lot of money from speaking or greatly increasing my business connections, which is unlikely. I've said yes to quite a bit of speaking. Talks at Google, for instance, which satisfied all of these. TEDx San Diego, which satisfied all of these. Talks at Amazon, LinkedIn, Adobe, other conferences being held by my good friends. And today's no, I had to deliver to a good friend. But I know her audience is not one that I am interested in or would add to my connection, mastery, and freedom. So it's a no. Particularly adding in the fact that 2,000 miles of travel makes me skip writing, podcasting, business for 3 or 4 days, reducing my future freedom and my other obligations to mastery and connection. So no. And finally, a quote I've long stolen from my friend Derek Sivers, but now I'm giving him full credit. If it's not a yeah, it's a no. You just listened to the post titled, "The One Habit That Keeps 99% of People from Getting Rich" by James Altucher of jamesaltucher.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. Have you been waiting for the perfect time to upgrade your tech? Good news, the wait is over. Dell Tech Day's annual sales event is here, and they're celebrating their best customers with fantastic deals on the latest PCs like the Dell 14 Plus with Intel Core Ultra processors. They've also got incredible perks like Dell Rewards, fast free shipping, premium support, price match guarantee, and more. And while you're upgrading your PC, you may as well go all out because they're also offering huge deals on their premium suite of monitors and accessories. You know what that means? That's right, you can get a whole new setup with amazing savings. Clearly, this is a sale you don't want to miss. Visit Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals. The new year gets us thinking about finances, paying off debt, building an emergency fund, saving for a house, and why only track spending when you can also plan and actually achieve your goals. Set yourself up for financial success this year. Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool designed to make your life easier. It brings your entire financial life, budgeting, accounts and investments, net worth, and future planning together in one dashboard on your phone or laptop. Feel aware and in control of your finances this year and get 50% off your Monarch subscription with code LIVING. What I love is Monarch keeps me focused on moving forward. I can see my savings goals and net worth, watching myself get closer to milestones. Set yourself up for financial success in 2026 with Monarch, the all-in-one tool that makes proactive money management simple all year long. Use code LIVING at monarch.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code LIVING. Thinking of James, funny that he wrote the book The Power of No, but then struggled with it himself. I guess it makes sense though. Sometimes we end up teaching or sharing what we feel like we need ourselves. That's definitely the case with this podcast for me. I don't share these articles every day about mindfulness, productivity, minimalism, happiness, and more because I've mastered them, but because I need the daily reminder just as much as anyone else. And I've definitely postponed tough conversations or decisions for way too long, thinking that I'll deal with it the next day. But it really does become a bigger thing the longer you wait. That negative anticipation can take a toll on us. So hopefully today, if there's something we've been avoiding, maybe a conversation we need to have or a commitment we need to back out of, we can take that step. It's uncomfortable, but it's better than letting it spiral. So take that step today. Thank you for being here and taking these steps along with me. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.